Right, so what's going on, guys? Welcome to a new video on the channel and welcome back to another first ride review. Today we are reviewing a very special bike from Kawasaki. It is the ZX4RR. Now this is a bike that I'm long overdue riding, as I have actually owned one of these bikes, so I was lucky enough to win these in a competition. But I sold the bike before even riding it, so I've got no clue about this bike, so I'm very excited to try it. It's a very special bike, so we'll take a look around it and then get on the road, go through the stats and see how it is. So thanks for stopping by and I hope you enjoy the video. Right, so here it is. Now, I must say, this is an absolutely beautiful bike. I love how it keeps with the classic kind of lineup with the ZX, so it keeps that same styling, and for a 400cc motorcycle, it looks amazing. Now, yes, it is very expensive for a 400cc motorcycle, but the stats kind of explain to you why. I mean, it's a 4-cylinder for one, which is, you know, the thing I love about Kawasaki is they're always the manufacturer, I feel like, to push the boat out there. You know, they're the first people to put a supercharger with the H2, which that bike changed the game, and to this day, it's still probably one of the most insane bikes ever made. And then again, with what they've done with this bike, they just always push the boat out, Kawasaki. And you have to respect how they just do stuff that no other manufacturer really has the balls to do. I mean, this bike is incredible. It's got 399cc liquid cooled 4-stroke 4-cylinder inline engine on a 400cc, and it redlines at 15,000 RPM, which is absolutely insane. You know, it's not the most powerful bike in the world, but it has 79.1 horsepower, which for a 400cc is a lot of power. And yeah, it weighs about 180 kg, 188 kg to be precise. It's obviously got Showa forks, which feel great. The brakes on this are just Kawasaki branded, but they also do feel very good. It's got 42 Newton meters of torque, 800mm seat height, but these are all really enough for sheet. The best way to tell from the bike is jump on it. It is seeming to be a very special bike. Now, the bike is very dirty. You will have to excuse that in the video. As you can see, for a 400cc bike, the dash looks beautiful. See how it sounds? 4-cylinder engine roars into life. Obviously, standard exhaust on it, so it is quite quiet, but let's jump on and enjoy the bike. Let's hop over. So my immediate notice of hopping on this bike for the first time is it's not as aggressive as I thought it was going to feel. Now, don't get me wrong, it is still a sport bike, but it's a lot more upright than I was expecting, and you can kind of tell from the forks that, or the handlebars I should say, normally on a sport bike you kind of be down here, but the seat's quite low, whereas a lot of sport bikes are high, and the handlebar position, you're not that far forward actually, which is surprising to me. We will jump on the road. and I'm actually immediately quite pleasantly surprised from that. Now obviously the red line you can see is all the way near to 15,000 RPM, which is absolutely huge, and I was kind of expecting that I would jump on this bike and there would be kind of just absolutely nothing, but there is a surprising decent amount of torque feel there, more than I thought there would be, gathering the size of the engine. Yeah, it's quite a pleasant surprise. It looks like we do have some modes on this. I know it has traction control as well, so we will kind of explore that as we go, and I'm sure I'll whack it up into sport. But wow, oh my god, it handles beautifully. Yeah, you would expect it to handle this well, being a lightweight 400cc, but immediately, I'm so used to riding my big heavy bikes, the handling on this feels phenomenal already. Yeah, early stages of riding this bike, but I can already tell this is going to be pretty incredible. And obviously for a sport bike as well, I will comment whilst we are stuck in traffic, as far as sport bikes goes, this is not bad at all in traffic. It's very manageable, you know, you're not in a stupidly aggressive riding position, there's not that much weight on your wrist really, so it would be actually quite a pleasant bike to even commute on, and you've still got plenty of power. Wow, that R32 was nice. You've still got plenty of power to, you know, obviously be quicker than the traffic. And the up and down quick shifter on this bike as well feels absolutely beautiful. Super quick, responsive, you don't get any kind of lag, and it kind of amazes me really that this also has a fuel range. If I can show you, yeah, there you go, range 123 miles. I have a Tracer 9 GT Plus, which is a touring bike, and not even that bike has fuel range, so that is very impressive. And yeah, I'm very impressed with the quick shifter and the auto blipper on this bike. For, you know, it's just mad the amount of stuff this bike has on it for a 400cc. And I mean, well, I'm actually, I would say, a bit blown away by this bike. I absolutely love it. I kind of came into this with the expectation that it was going to be a very aggressive riding style. I was kind of expecting it to be a very aggressive riding stance, but wow, it's so easy to get along with. It's not at all cramped and aggressive like more extreme sports bikes. It's kind of like a perfect in between. It's not too upright, but it's such a comfortable bike to ride, and it's so easy to manage. It's so lightweight and easy to maneuver. I would absolutely love commuting on this bike, to be honest, but man, when you rev this thing out, the feeling it gives you is unmatched. The feeling this bike gives you is phenomenal. Yeah, this bike on the road is blown me away, to be honest. I'm having so much fun on this bike, and I haven't even been on it that long. The sensation you get of just letting it rev all the way to 15,000 revs, the handling is absolutely phenomenal. The bike feels so nicely balanced. You get such a good feel through the clip-ons, and you can really get a good feel for that front tyre. And it's just, yeah, so lightweight, easy to manage, easy to flick in. It kind of just leans for you. I am super impressed with this bike. Yeah, Kawasaki, you've done amazing with this bike. Oh, you can really, oh, it's just perfect for the road. It really is. You can really give it a good thrashing. But oh man, I cannot describe to you guys the sensation this bike gives riding it. I'm going to probably keep repeating myself in this video, but the handling is just, it's just so good. I mean, I've probably got so used to heavy naked bikes, which is currently what I own, that this is really just a huge breath of fresh air for me. And yeah, just the sensation of letting it just rev out is just so satisfying and so much fun. And I can already imagine how amazing this thing would sound with an exhaust on it. Yeah, what a bike, what a bike. on a road where, you know, if you're on a 1000cc, you're just going to be having way too much power, you're not going to be able to use all the bike. This thing is just made for the UK roads. And also the brakes, you know, it's got the brakes to match. The brakes on it feel amazing, much better than Yamaha's, I must say. Being a Yamaha fanboy, that takes a lot for me to say, but the brake feel on this is beautiful. The front brakes just come in so perfectly. Yeah, I'm really struggling to find anything to fault it. To be honest, I'm not at all riding it thinking this is slow. You know, obviously from being used to the bikes I own, it doesn't give you that same wow factor of the speed, but it makes up for that with the satisfaction of just letting the bike rev and the way it rides. It just really, this is such a beautifully balanced bike, and it's got all the proper kit on it. Obviously, Showa forks, brakes feel phenomenal. You know, they're not top of the line, but they don't need to be on a bike like this. Yeah, I am in love with this bike. Well, the flies definitely approve of the green colourway. And the sun is actually out now, and the green is really starting to pop in the sunlight. It's absolutely incredible. I love green Kawasaki's. It's just the only appropriate colour, I feel like, for them, and it pops so nicely in the sun. So now just having a little dive into the dash on the bike. So like I said, we have 3 rider modes, and you can also go into here and change power mode and obviously the traction control. So we have a F here on the power, which I'm assuming means full, and then you can also change it to a low power mode if you please. And if you come over to here, we obviously have traction control off. You can do, what we got, so we got level 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 levels of traction control. And then if you please, you can also go, so this is rider mode, so this is where you're allowed to custom change those 2 options. We also have a rain mode, hold it down again, road mode, sorry, we're just holding down the up arrow here, and then finally you have the sport mode. So yeah, good options on the bike, nice and easy to kind of suss it all out. It's not too overcomplicated, so yeah, nice and simple for changing the modes. I suppose for the newer riders, it's good to have that peace of mind that you can dumb down the power if you wanted, and you can also have that traction control there for the peace of mind, I suppose, on kind of rainy days. But yeah, the bike really doesn't particularly need it, but it's good to know it has it. Have a listen to it. Yeah, listen to that, screaming 400cc. No one other manufacturer is doing this. Huge thumbs up to Kawasaki, because this bike is just, it is so cool. Right, jump back on. Actually really excited just to get back on this thing, it's so fun. If any of you have not ridden this bike, you need to go down and test ride one of these, because I can guarantee you, you will have the best time. So let's enjoy these twisty roads a bit. Lost for words, because, you know, I'm enjoying the bike so much, trying to go into statistics and all that. What's the point? You know, I like to let the bike do the talking, and, you know, it's all very well comparing numbers and all that, but that doesn't really tell the full story about the bike. And this bike is really a case of that. You know, on paper you'd look at it like, oh, it's a 400cc, and I kind of had that expectation that it would feel terrible and it would be really aggressive, but it would feel absolutely gutless down low. And, you know, don't get me wrong, it's not fast down low, and you do need to rev it out to get it going, but it's not to the same level that I kind of anticipated. It does still have a decent amount down low, and, you know, it's not always about how fast the bike is. It's always half the time the better part of a bike is how the bike makes you feel when riding it, and this bike really is a perfect example of that. As it's not the fastest bike in the world, but my god does it leave a smile on your face the whole time you ride it. So much fun. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's kind of making me wish that when I won mine I actually kept it, because yeah, love it. If you took this thing on track, you would have the greatest time ever. This bike would be so much fun and so amazing on track, I can already tell. But not only that, it is a bike that I would thoroughly enjoy commuting on. Obviously, pillion wise, I wouldn't enjoy it. But if it wasn't for that aspect of it, I would absolutely love commuting on this bike. And then on top of that, obviously, being an inline 4-cylinder, the power delivery is so smooth, and it's so just chilled and easy and smooth to just ride at chill speeds and accelerate. These engines are so smooth, so perfect for commuting, and Kawasaki's always have a knack for just making their bikes feel so plush and smooth, and this bike is no exception. And the noise when you just let it scream is just intoxicating, and you can do that and you can have so much fun on this bike without, you know, doing go to jail speeds within the first half a second of accelerating, like, you know, much bigger bikes that offer the same thrills as this bike. Honestly, this bike, you will never expect how fun it actually is to ride. This, you know, in terms of fun on the road, this competes with bigger bikes in my opinion. The price is probably, to be honest, the only niggle I can find at this bike. I mean, looks wise it's amazing. Yeah, you can kind of tell from the back, the rear tyre size and the rear end of the bike, you can kind of tell it is a 400, but from every other angle, my god, does it not look like a 400. I think for looks, I don't think you're going to buy a 400 that looks better than this. And you certainly, there's nothing on the market like this at all. There is no 400cc bike anything like this, and I think every single 400cc bike on the market has at least half the power of this. There's nothing like it, and that is what I love so much about the Kawasaki brand, is they do what no other manufacturer do. And I wish we did see more manufacturers doing stuff like this and pushing the boat out there a bit more and just making crazy bikes like this. Yeah, I would love to see it more. I have always kind of been a Kawasaki fan. From when I first started riding, Kawasaki were actually my number one brand, but from the Ninja 400 I had at the same time as my XSR 700, it kind of did just mellow out that love a bit and kind of put me more onto Yamaha. But with the Kawasaki's I've been riding recently, you know, I did the ZX10 and now this, my Kawasaki love is really starting to come back, and I think we need to see a Kawasaki on the channel, I think, in terms of my own personal bike. So yeah, this bike's leaving an amazing impression on me. Wish I could afford 10 bikes, and this would for sure be in my garage. As expected, as I keep saying, town and slow speed manners on this bike are absolutely beautiful. You know, the gearing is so nice on this bike, 6th gear, 45 mile an hour, and it's just pleasant to ride slow as well, you know. It does kind of beg you to rev it out and scream it, which is so fun about this bike, but it's also very, very pleasant to just chill on, and the comfort of the bike as well on top of that really just makes this such a pleasurable bike to ride on. And at the moment we have 0% finance available on this bike, which is an incredible deal. So to be honest with you, if you're considering one of these bikes, now is probably your best chance and the best time you could buy this bike. So, you know, call me a salesman. Bournemouth Kawasaki maybe can give me some commission if I lead to any sales, but yeah, you won't regret this bike, honestly. And if you're just getting into big bikes, what a first big bike this would be. Right, sadly it is time to give the bike back. Sorry if I've been a bit repetitive this video, repeating the same things of how amazing the handle is, how much fun the bike is, but to be honest with you, I've just spent the whole video a bit mesmerised really, and very pleasantly surprised by this bike. You know, I had my certain expectations of what the bike was going to be like, and it kind of blew them all out the water really. Yeah, I had an amazing time. This is probably, so far out of all the first ride reviews, the bike that has surprised and impressed me the most. Yeah, that's all I have to say really. I've probably repeated that a million times throughout this whole video, but yeah, what an amazing bike it is. Thank you very much to Bournemouth Kawasaki, as always, for being very friendly and letting me take this out. And as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what bikes you would like to see next on the reviews, and as always, I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers guys.